Buddy Natalie coming to you live, Spirit and Coffee. Mm, I got my coffee here. Yum. So I decided to get ready today for you guys. I'll try to get some stability back in my life and some structure, which structure really helps us with um, keeping our mental stability or emotional well-being. It's nice to just kind of hang out in pajamas and all that stuff. But it's also nice to build a structure and have a foundation. And as things start to shift, it's really how are we building new foundations for ourselves? Good morning, Jose. Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Suze. So today, because I'm gonna be doing a global meditation, that I'm gonna ask my friend to lead the global meditation. And if you guys want to have a watch party, you're more than welcome to do that. I would love for you guys to just share this love and time of compassion and reset with every individual that you can. Thank you for the love, Suze. So a couple of things that I want to do is I brought some paper and I have a pen here. And if you guys can, go get a paper and pen, that would be great. Because I want to sort of start to support you guys and help you to transition and um, transition into what we call Aquarius. So sort of what's happening cosmically is we've entered into a new era. We knew this when the Mayan calendar sort of reset and everybody was like, oh, it's the end. It wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a new era. Okay. So I'm kind of going to give you clarity as to what's happening because I finally found the clarity. I was like, oh, I can't see. It's too dark. There's so much uncertainty. People were freaking out. I had a little bit of a freak out because I just didn't have any foresight. And now I understand why. It finally came to me. Boom. So I'm here to support you guys. Just to let you know that there is nothing to fear, right? Because we have God, number one. And number two, we get to create what it is we want for this new era. So you can see this time as a new year. Okay. If you saw it as a new year, we say, well, for New Year's, we don't panic, but we know that it's a new, right? We know that we're sort of grounding ourselves for something new. And we make all these New Year's resolutions. We make all these declarations for the new year. Now is the time for you to treat this as a new year. Okay. This is a new era. Okay. We're completely going to close Pisces. Okay, and this is not woo-woo stuff, you guys. This is actually happening in the planets, in the cosmos. Certain things happen astrologically, cosmically, and it impacts the way that things run here. So nothing to be afraid of, but good morning, Wendy. Things to be excited for, things to help us move forward. Good morning, Suzanne. To sort of reset this new year. Okay. How are we going to reset ourselves? So I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to write down what is happening for you during this time. So the feelings, right? I want you to write down the feelings during quarantine. And the feelings that I want you to write are the ones that are enticing fear or suffering or pain or igniting something inside you that's discomfort, something that is not helping you feel good. So you write down the things that maybe you're not feeling so good about, the icky stuff that you're feeling during quarantine. So it could be like, I don't know, the people in your household irritate you. This is a time to get super honest with yourself, not to pretend that everything is wonderful and you're feeling perfectly fine when you know you're like not, you're going batshit crazy, or people are bugging you, or you're getting irritated, or whatever's coming up for you, right? This is the time to be honest. Sorry, my coffee's so good today. Okay, so I would start to write down. For me, what was coming up was the fear of uncertainty, right? There was this fear of like, I can't see, I don't have any foresight. I felt like somebody put blinders on my eyes and I couldn't see anything. I was in the dark. So being in the dark is what I'll put down. Being in the dark, okay? And being in the dark did what? Being in the dark enticed what? Fear. Fear of the unknown. Now, we can ask ourselves, is it okay to have unknowns in our life, right? And we can dig a little deeper. So, you guys get to write down what it is that is what you're feeling during this quarantine time, that is the icky, sticky stuff, okay? Let's see. My mama says, I'm so tired, I couldn't sleep at all last night. Okay, so why couldn't you sleep? What is coming up for you? Is there some energy for you that you're feeling disturbed? Are you hurting? What is it that's happening to you, right? Is it because of quarantine? Is it because of all of this heavy energy that's happening? What I'm trying to do is support you guys to let go of all of the energy, all of the heavy energy that you guys have been holding on to. And in that, we take all of these things that are not serving us and we're going to burn them up. Okay. So I want you to take an inventory. Good morning, Norbert. And I want you to write down all of the things that are showing up for you that are discomfort. You also have, you can share it here amongst us, amongst family. We are family, of the things that are happening to you. My mind wouldn't shut down. Okay, so there's worries, there's concerns. It sounds like you're allowing your mind to take over. And what is coming up in your mind? What thoughts are coming up? Now, this is going to happen for a lot of people during quarantine because we've been asked to stop. Typically, what we do is we have all these thoughts in our head, right? And to shut them up, we keep ourselves busy. We keep ourselves busy doing what? Well, we have different things that we do. Like for me, I go work out. Okay. Good morning, Alicia. There's different things that I do. Yes, it is all this that is going on. Okay, so part of me would say that if you're experiencing a lot of noise in the head because of what is going on, I urge you to disconnect from everything. That means disconnecting from news, disconnecting from your social media platforms, and just to exist. Because what's happening is that your subconscious mind is trying to surface to have you look at the things that you fear the most. And when you're able to look at those things and you're able to become friends with them and be honest about them, okay, write them down. Write them down. So I would highly encourage, Mom. I know we're in the same, I'm talking to you as you're one of my participants, but we're in the same household. So I urge you to write it down. Write down your what's going on, the fear of what's going to happen, the fear of the unknown. My cough scares me and missing my grandson. Okay. Yes. I can say this. People are afraid that when they cough that they're like, oh my God, do I have so every little thing has us on edge. Every little feeling like I can't breathe. Oh my God. So I can see that the panic of our physical body not being there physically for my grandkids. Okay, had a birthday was hard. Okay. I get that. I have a good friend of mine who just her grandbaby of her first grandbaby, she's 70 some years old, just had her first grandchild, and her son lives in another state and she can't see him, so she hasn't been there at all, and that's killing her as well, and she's older, so I think for her it's even harder because in her mind she's thinking, how much time do I have to spend with this kiddo? um she's a completely healthy woman, but so people, thank you guys for sharing your fears on here. Good morning, Silver. That is what's important. Drink water with lemon and ginger. Yes, thanks, Mom. That's actually a really good concoction to help you with your cough, to clear out all of the stuff and the mucus. I eat a lot of cayenne pepper that helps to clear out my sinuses. But there's this fear. We're on edge, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen. Everybody's afraid that, I don't know, they're going to die. Whatever it is that's coming up for them, there are fears, and it's okay to have those fears. But what I'm telling you guys is to write them down. Okay. So, how am I feeling during quarantine? Okay. That's the question. How am I feeling during quarantine? What are the icky, sticky, ucky stuff that's happening for me? What is it that I get to be honest to myself about in terms of what is coming up for me? So the fear of the unknown, okay, that was a little bit of me, the dark space, the dark space. Well, what was I afraid of? Well, I was afraid that I didn't have control. That's what I was afraid of, but I speak about surrender. I speak about surrendering to God. Sometimes we have to surrender to God when we don't know what's going on. That's the surrender, allowing ourselves to go down the rabbit hole, the black hole. Think about Alice in Wonderland. She dropped down the black hole. Did she know what was in there? No. She sort of just went with it. That's true surrender. Most people wouldn't go down the black hole. They would be too afraid because of the unknown, the uncertainty. And so now we're in that state of, we're sort of like Alice in Wonderland at this point, right? If you could think of yourself that way. But was she brave? Was she courageous? Did she do it anyway? Yes. Did she look around? Did she try to figure it out? And her quest was to what? To remember who she was, right? We have Epsilon who comes along. It's a great story. So if you guys haven't watched Alice in Wonderland, maybe you should watch Alice in Wonderland. I think it's a great movie to watch during this time because I think we're sort of going through that. I say the Twilight Zone, but when you think of Alice in Wonderland, she sort of was going through the Twilight Zone. Everything seemed upside down. There was no such thing as gravity. There was this anti-gravity happening. She was big, then she was small. She didn't know what to do. She was in a land that she didn't understand. There was all these different rules that were different from before. So right now we're Alice. Okay, we're Alice. And if you can put your Alice hat on, all right, and start to say, okay, I'm going to drop into the unknown and I'm going to surrender and trust that God has me. Okay, and that's part of the process that I'm going through as well. Finally got some clarity around what needed to happen, but I needed to disconnect. Good morning, Mohammed. Good morning, Grindot. I don't know how to say that. Sorry. My allergies are bothering me. Okay. So you have some allergy stuff going on. Uh, Betty, may your cough is due to allergies. Yeah. Thank you guys for supporting one another. I think this is a great way to support, especially the ones who are a little bit older, our elders. I think maybe they're having a little bit of a harder time because they seem to want to target that age group, right? And so any little thing that happens within the age group. So if you guys have parents that you're dealing with that are older, or if you in fact are older and you're worried that you fall within that age category, write it down, you guys, write it down. Okay, just get a piece of paper and start writing down. I'm feeling a little anxious with my boy's education, doing our best with homeschooling, but I'm worried about him falling behind. Good. Thank you, Doreen. Yes, I have a niece right now who's in college and she doesn't like online classes, so she's struggling a little bit as well. Um, Good morning, Donna. There are things that you could do in terms of tutoring. Not sure if you have the resources for tutoring, but that might be something that you would want to look into, perhaps, is seeing if they have virtual tutors and stuff like that to support. I don't know what's happening in the education. However, we do have this opportunity. So I would say write those down, right? Write down all of the fears. If it's a fear for a family member, if it's a fear for your children, if it's a fear for your loved one, your parents, for yourself, for the future, whatever it is, write it down. Okay. Are you calling us old? No. Well, you're elder of me. You're my elder. So I wouldn't say you're old, but you are my elder. So there, I hope that makes it sound better. Never would call you old mama. You are definitely a young spirit. Okay. So write down all of this stuff, okay? And then what we're going to do, I'm setting you guys up to support you. Hopefully you guys, good morning, Roxanne. Good morning, Sandra. You guys can make it to the global meditation that is going to happen April 4th at 8:45 p.m. in the night, Mountain Standard Time. That if you're on the other side of the world, that is April 5th. If you looked at Mountain Standard Time, you can pretty much look at in the US Mountain Standard Time what your time would be out there. Um I know that out in India that it's almost 12 hours. So right now it's 8:48 a.m. It's about 7 something in India p.m. Okay, so you guys are in the future in India or on that side of the world. We're in the past, okay? The unknown has already been fearful for everyone. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that that's what's happening. is that everybody's a little bit on edge right now. I think it's really starting to set in for people, okay? And so really want you guys to set yourself up. The global meditation is going to be that not we're not releasing all of this, well, we are releasing all of this energy into the vortex to let it go. So we have the opportune time to let go of our fears, all the things that have held us back. Now, I'm not just talking about the fears during quarantine or what's coming up during quarantine, but also what has been coming up as a pattern in your life since you were born until now. So there are patterns that are starting to surface within you that are coming up as well, not just from quarantine, but from all of your life that you've lived. There's other fears, there's other things that have bogged you down. Write those down too. Okay. So write all of this down. I'm going to write mine down, and you can the day before, or if you want to do it now, set a ritual up to burn it up. So we do these things throughout the world, and I love it because it's a symbology for what we're doing now. Like we have Burning Man, we have Zozobra, we have different things where we burn up our fears, we burn things up, and we put the message and we say, take it, mother, take it, fire, and sort of burn it up into the ashes so that we can arise into something new. That is what's happening right now. So the Phoenix, those are other good movies to watch. Watch the new Maleficent, which talks about the Phoenix. Watch the Dark Phoenix. That's the energy that's happening right now. We are in a time where we can burn up all of those fears, all of the karma from our family, all of our past trauma, hurts, pains. Write them down, write them out, journal. I don't care. Cry it out. Do what you got to do to release that energy, and then give it up. Okay. And then when you give it up, you're going to then, what I want you guys to do with the global meditation is come with your new intentions. That's what I want you guys to do. Come with the clarity of what seeds you're going to sow, right? What mustard seeds you're going to plant into your subconscious mind, into your family and future generations, okay? So you don't need, so again, mom, you can feel bad. I'm not dismissing the feeling bad, but you don't need to feel bad because this is an opportune time for us to create something beautiful for our youth. But it's going to take us as a whole coming together to do that. I can tell you that around the planet, this is happening. Okay. People are coming together to unite, to really think about what the future looks like for our children. How do we pave the way for a better future, for a brighter future for the children? This is what I'm telling you we can do now. So we have this ability to do that. But it's going to take, it's up to you. So I highly encourage that you write this stuff down when you come to the meditation, that you write down the intentions. Yes, absolutely. Giving your fears to God. That's what this is about. Now, what we're going to do is we're also going to seed new intentions. We're also going to, if you see it as giving your fears to God, we're also going to say, okay, God, here are the things that I'm putting into my subconscious mind now. Love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, healing, right? And that is what we're going to bring to the meditation. So we're going to release all the fears and all of that icky stuff that you're writing. And then we're going to open up and we're going to insert the mustard seeds of love. So the way it would look is if this was fertile ground. Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay, so I've put like for those of you on Podbean, I'll try to explain this the best I can. But let's just say you had soil, and this was the soil, and this is the fertile ground, okay? We talk about the parable of the mustard seed. You're going to take your mustard seeds, okay? And I want you to actually draw this out when you guys are doing this, when you guys are doing, writing out what you're going to do for the meditation. I want you to name your mustard seeds. These are the mustard seeds we're going to drop into the fertile ground during the meditation. Okay. Name them. So this mustard seed's going to be happiness. Okay. And this mustard seed is going to be love. And this is going to be compassion. Okay. During the meditation, so it's going to come up backwards, but I'm naming my mustard seeds that I'm going to put into the fertile ground. Okay. And those mustard seeds are going to be planted into our subconscious mind. They're going to be planted into the ground of the earth. We're calling forth and asking God to support us with our mustard seeds to grow into a plant that we can reap the beautiful fruit of love. We can reap the beautiful fruit of compassion. We can reap the beautiful fruit of happiness and joy. So name all of your mustard seeds that you are trying to implant into the world and into yourself. That is what we're going to do for the meditation. We're releasing all of the stuff that didn't serve us. So we're pulling out the weeds. Good morning, Juanita. We're pulling out the weeds from our ground and we're giving them to God, right? We're giving them back to the Mother Earth. We're giving them back to God and the Mother Earth. And we're saying, please take this and burn it up. And guess what? God will do that for us. Okay, I'll do that. Ask and you shall receive. So we're giving the fears to God. We're giving our fears up. And we're saying, take them from us. We're surrendering. And then we're saying, now here is what we want to plant into our subconscious mind: joy, happiness, love. My mustard seeds are going to be love and blessings from God. I love that. Thank you. Um, yes. So, happy birthday, Sandra. Love you. Okay. Happy birthday, Sandra. So, um, get your mustard seeds together. Okay. I want you guys to collect the mustard seeds, and those mustard seeds that you're collecting are what you're going to implant into your subconscious mind, what you're going to ask God to give you. Okay. Say, God, and this is a really good way to pray, right? Like, God, provide me the fertile ground to plant these mustard seeds into my subconscious mind, into the fertile ground in which I exist, and into the fertile ground of this beautiful earth and planet for the future generations. That is what we get to do when we do this meditation. Okay. And thank you, Mike. We're going, Micadelic, we're going through what we're going through. I did sort of a workshop on what I'm asking people to do to support them through the meditation. So giving up your fears. So it's a great opportunity for you to write down your fears, write down all the stuff, write down everything that has held you back, everything that you feel that you've done wrong, everything that you feel that hasn't served you, everything. Let it go. Now is the time to let it go and let it go and give it to God. Give it all to God. Guess what? God will take it. Literally. God's like, yeah, I know what to do with this. Don't worry, kiddo. I got you. I mean, that's how I see God, right? For me, God is like this compassionate, kind being, right? Or being, or I don't know. You can't, I mean, there's no words for it. So I'm just going to use being. I'm going to use words that we understand. And that goes like this: it's okay, kid. And I'm like, okay. So I feel like a baby, a child, right? Like a little girl. Like I can drop into my innocence with God. So drop into your innocence. Remember, God's saying, it's okay. Give me what you got. Come on, give it to me. There's nothing too big. I can take it. Give it to me. Give me all your fears, all the fear of the darkness, all the fear of the unknown. Child, I'm going to take it for you. Okay. And I'm going to burn it up and I'm going to create something new for you. Now, what do you want? Here's the deal. We want God to burn it up. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, honey. We want God to burn up all this stuff, but then we're like, what do we want in place of it? So now we get to request, right? Asking you shall receive. Well, God, will you burn this up? Yeah. Now what? Okay, well, now here are my mustard seeds, right? And we put them in our hand. You can even, if you want to visualize it, you put your mustard seeds in your hand and you go, God, I want love in my heart. Okay. And then you go, God, I want joy in my heart. And God, I want this. And God, I want that. Okay. This is what I'm asking for you to put into my fertile ground in my heart. And you say here. Okay. And also, I want this for the planet. And also, I want this for future generations. And God says, okay, give it to me. Let me help you. And then it drops into this fertile ground. And then the mustard seed, I love the mustard seed parable because we know that the mustard seed is so tiny, but out of that mustard seed, when we start to grow it and we allow God to let it blossom and to bloom into our hearts, we end up with this beautiful, lavish trees of fruit bearing trees of love, kindness, and compassion, right? So we have, I'm terrible at drawing, but we end up with the tree. See? Well, I don't know if the mustard seed builds a tree, but I just know that it ends up being a mustard plant, but that's okay. We're gonna say a tree, okay? And then we harvest, right? We harvest the fruit of joy. We harvest the fruit of love, of compassion. We have enough fruit that we can start to give to others. This is the time to do that, okay? So I'm really excited about, good morning, me, about the time. Please share this information with people. Please, um, if you're not sharing the videos with people, if people aren't watching the videos, that's fine. Sit with them, sit with your family, okay? Sit with your family and work this out with them. Say, look, I did this workshop this morning, and I want you to sit with me and do it with me. Can you do that with me? And then they're going to say yes. And you say, okay, we're going to write about how we're feeling during quarantine, the parts of us that we're afraid. And we're going to be completely honest and we're writing it down. You don't have to share it with anybody. Then we're going to talk about all of the historical traumas and hurts that we've been feeling, and we're going to write it out. If we have to cry it out, if we have to journal about it, whatever. Then we're going to burn it up. Okay. Do some kind of ritual. I don't know, burn it up, and we're going to give it to God. We're going to say, God, I give this to you. I'm going to burn it up and give it to you. Please take it. Then during that same time, you're going to do your mustard seeds, and you're going to name the mustard seeds that you want to plant during the meditation. When we come to the meditation, you guys will have all of these seeds that you're going to give to God to plant within your subconscious mind, to plant within the planet, and you're going to focus on that. You're going to focus on all of that and give it to God. And when the meditation is over, you're going to surrender and let God heal you. Okay? So that is what we're doing. I'm going to continue to support you guys through this before the meditation happens. Remember, it will be on April 4th at 8:45 p.m. You guys are welcome to share that information. I've done a little infographic. There are going to be other people. I am not going to lead the meditation. I'm going to have a friend of mine do that. But it will be on Spirit and Coffee. You guys are all welcome to share it with other people, engage in this, and know that it is time to release all of these fears and start to reseed all of the things that are going to help us grow our fruit bearing plants, okay, of love, of kindness, of compassion. Um, God is the doctor, the medicine is prayer. That's right. God is the only one that can heal. That's right. So during the meditation, which is a prayer, we will be doing prayer, okay? Um, just so you know. Um, and the mustard seeds of love and blessings, like you said. So whatever your mustard seeds are, please bring them with you. If you need to um, actually have seeds, and you can even do it on the external. You can take things and say, this is that seed, this is this seed. You can label seeds if you want to. You can label seeds and plant them into the earth as well. That's another thing that you can do. My mom planted some beautiful flowers. Those are seeds of love, of God's beauty being planted into the earth. Okay. You could do that as well. Okay. So there you go. And if you guys plant anything, name it. This is compassion. This is love. This is happiness. And I'm putting it into the soil. Okay. We can do it within our minds. We could do it within the physical world as well. Okay. So I love you guys. I hope that you're having a good day. Thank you guys for sharing all of the fears that are coming up for you. I think as time progresses, we're going to see more fears show up, and that's okay. Know that God will take those fears for you if you give it to Him. Just keep giving them to Him. Just keep giving them over and over and over again. God will take them from you. Okay? He will. You believe that. Okay? All right. So I love you guys. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow, of course. And I'm gonna get up and get ready and get glamorous because it's time to stop just being in my pajamas all day. All right. So salute to you with your coffee. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. I love you. Bye bye.